Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lifeclasps, a fortress sent in on the Discord by Leftoverpat. This is a community fortress. If you would like to send in a fortress for me to have a look at on this show, you can do that via my Discord. Simply go down to the link in the description to the Discord server, and then go to the room DF Save Sharing. From there, I recommend zipping the save file and renaming the save file and the zip file to whatever the name of the fortress is, and then simply click and drag onto the Discord if it's small enough. If it's not small enough, either you'll need Discord Nitro or feel free to use any file sharing service of your choice, anything from like Google Drive to the Dwarf Fortress File Depot. Doesn't really matter to me. And if you're using a ton of mods, just make sure that you also attach a copy of your mods folder so that I have the highest likelihood of loading the map. Unless I, then forget to uninstall the mods folder like I did with this one, and then this one refused to load. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to say thank you very much to everybody who's been watching this series up until this point, and shout outs to everybody who's been sending in fortresses, because this series continues to exist as people continue to send in fortresses. The number of fortresses being sent in have slowed down as the number of people playing the game have slowed down, so I've slowed down my output of these videos a little bit just to kind of hold out. There was a while there where I was getting nervous because there was so many forts submitted that I was barely able to keep up, but we've actually kind of caught up to a degree now, which is kind of awesome. So let's dive into the fortress itself. Now, this fortress has kind of an interesting, they describe it as a uterus design, which I feel strange saying out loud. It is 24 years old, and they've been very specific that they stopped producing food and booze years ago, which means I assume they just put everything on repeat and then just kind of let it run based on the absolutely massive numbers of food and drink. Personally, I like to just keep a small amount of booze constantly being produced because, everybody loves to have a legendary brewer in the fortress, and they need to definitely be, keeping up on their trade, of course. Coffee. Still early in the day for me. All right, so we're going to take a peek at this actual fortress. It's at this mouth of this little creek here, which often has this really interesting kind of almost like finger-like design, and they've definitely taken advantage of all of that water. There's a few different little weapon traps around on this little road here, going across these tiny little bridges. Right here is possibly the biggest bridge I've seen in this version of the game, which goes over top of this little farming area down here. And considering they, haven't been producing food in a very long time, I'm assuming that means that they're still growing stuff there. Yeah, because they're still growing stuff, but yet they've stopped producing food and booze. Now, they have some exotic pets in here. There is a dragon and also another dragon. Unfortunately, they aren't a breeding pair, which I think is a bit of a shame. But they are both trained as war dragons. And I actually would like to know to Leftoverpat, who sent in this video, or sent in this fortress for this video, if... I'm curious, because they're war trained, have you had any problems with them randomly shooting fireballs when there's combat happening on the map? Just because I noticed that mine did that. When I would tell the squad that it was actually assigned to go do stuff, they would just start firing at random. It was like having a crazy cowboy with a 6-shooter in the middle of your fortress. It was a bit wild. Now, this is a bit of a complicated one, so I'm probably going to miss things. But immediately right here, I see this little trap walkway here, which forces things to fall down into upright spikes and also potentially more traps. I would have smoothed these on the way down because things can fall at really weird angles. And then there's also just a whole bunch of beak dogs down here, which aren't the most effective military things in Dwarf Fortress, but they can do some damage. Then over here we got some pumps, which pumps water to up here, it appears to be. So it's a little bit of a perplexing little spiral system. You can actually power pumps from below, because I'm seeing that they're doing this weird spiral connection thing. This side, if connected to the front of a pump below, so the gear at the back here can connect to the pump in front of it. So if you actually put them in a vertical structure, so it's this one right here, and then you channel out this tile right here, right? And then one beneath it, then this is where you put the next one, and then you channel out this one, and then you just keep alternating like that. You'll actually be able to just straight up stack your pumps and not have to do whatever this gear spinny thing is. And unless maybe you're doing that for aesthetic reasons, I'm not entirely sure. Down here there's just kind of water everywhere, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's just cover the entryway first. That's a lot of bears. Are those grizzly bears? Those are war grizzlies. Damn. Over here we have this little walkway down in where you can kind of walk down and into the fortress itself. I love the use of water down here. There's so much of it. It's all very shallow though, which as you can immediately see, there's a diplomat in here. It makes me wonder how many dwarves are just gonna fall in there. We got Saigon, this Weaver. If I hit Z on the keyboard, we can see we've got several different zones here. We got a bunch of different water source areas, which is lovely, as well as the channels of singing, which of course is a tavern, a very large tavern, very water-filled tavern. Like I wonder how many times people have been like pushed in here and such. We got some stairs going up at the back here, which go up to this library, which has this kind of upper view. Kind of wish it had like windows or something looking into this area, but it still looks awesome. So there's library, and then there's there's two zones in here. There's library, and then there's library watch. Now, library watch, I'm assuming, is just it's just a bunch of cats assigned to the library, which I would believe that it's to stop these these artifacts from getting stolen. Like, got these native gold mortars and gabbro pestles and like perfect gems. Yeah, so it's to stop these artifacts from getting stolen. And of course the mangled chitin of this creature. And then many books over here. So I'm assuming that it's just to stop thieves, because you just need a trained animal, right? And then down here, one layer below, there's more library as well. And then of course the water feature underneath. And then down over here, we got a whole bunch of bedrooms, as well as a little temple in the middle. A lot of unsmoothed walls in here. And I'm wondering, is this like an intentional choice, or is this something that's just kind of an oversight? Because I do wonder why they're not like smoothing their floors and the walls. Maybe it's they're trying to intentionally like keep the dwarves less than happy. And then over here, we have some dining halls. We have a tavern. We have this pen pasture area. I love the use of water. Like, there's just water everywhere. Two more barracks. And then some lava over here on the side, which we'll get to in a minute. The lava appears to be pumped from here. They're using the vertical system instead of using that strange setup, which is pumping from this little lava chute down here, which seems to be, it's been dumped in diagonally from up here down into here. Pretty safe. I'm assuming they were able to do that without killing any dwarves. And then up here, the lava is pumped back up to here. And then you've got this little kind of area for some magma forges. Then down here, you got power going over this way, which goes up, and I'm not sure what that's supposed to be connecting to, but man, that is a liability safety issue for the fort. Stuff could just like jump in there and climb down and then just run straight into the fortress, so that's a little sketchy. Although, admittedly, there is no route directly into the fortress here from what I can tell. However, things may still come down here and just break those, so that would be rather annoying if that were to happen, I would think. A few layers down, once again, we have this farming area, and then we have even more bedrooms and coffins kind of everywhere. And there's like a little ramp set up here because, this is how traders actually get into the fortress. So this is your trading depot, right? And there's this little ramp kind of this way. And then I guess they just walk in because, who needs to actually trade with wagons when things can just walk in? Unless I'm missing a ramp structure here, which I don't think I am. I think traders are just walking in one by one, which I think is a bit of a shame because you're missing out on a lot of potential trade goods. Farming area once again, which I keep on highlighting, and then over here we've got this little guild hall, which is the Rainy Orange. What's the Rainy Orange? It's a farmer guild hall. Okay, I really like the usage of placing guild halls close to the area they're going to be used, and then all of the tombs, and then temporary tombs for dwarves that haven't died yet. And then this massive food and drink stockpile. It's just like, it's so big, guys. Come on. Oh, wait, no, maybe this is how the wagons get in. Okay, so the wagons come in through the side here. They go down this way. I get you. Then they walk along this long hallway, and okay, I get it. I understand now. I found where the wagons get in. I'm no longer an idiot. To the one person who was typing angry comment, you can delete the comment or type it in anyways now. It's all good. And then down here, we got more critters on pedestals down here. I feel weird about doing that because I've been told by a few people that like having creatures' bodies on pedestals, especially Forgotten Beasts, the bigger ones, don't really stress the dwarves out that much anymore. It used to be like catastrophically mind-destroyingly stressful for them. So I feel weird doing it. And I tend to not do it so much. But we got this large area that's just being flooded. Lots and lots of water everywhere. Once again, looks gorgeous. And then I know there are some stairs going down, but something I just would like to point out is the frames in this fortress are a little low. It's like 20-somethings. I think that if you were to kill like 80% of your livestock, the frame rate would go up by about 5 or 6 because that seems to be like the only real dampener on the frame rate that I can see in this particular fortress. Then there's this stairway just kind of going down, and then there's lava just kind of going everywhere, and I think also filling up the stairway. But there's another stairway over here, which starts a little further up, starts up here, I think, yes. And we can follow that down as well. And then that goes all the way down to just above the lava sea where there is some crabs. And just a little space that's been dug out, and some fun stuff that's begun to be mined. I'm not seeing any adamantine just yet, so the adamantine's probably around layer 0, I would guess, because it goes down to, what, wow, hold on, minus 37. That's a deep adamantine spire. Forgotten Beast is fighting with a giant bat. Really? What kind of Forgotten Beast? I'm kind of curious now. Well, I mean, there's some dead things. Now I'm kind of curious. What's this Forgotten Beast? Uninvited guest? Ooh. Look at you. You look friendly. Wow. Let's take a peek at this, just because I'm curious. A great quadruped composed of crystal glass. Ooh, you'd need sharp weapons for that, I would think. It's carving a horn. It has a carving horn and a gaunt appearance. Beware its poisonous vapors. Glass isn't too bad. Like, it'll shatter eventually, but poisonous vapors means, like, it could just, like, have sleeping gas. Like, that's kind of sketch. But yeah, pretty damn cool fortress. I think most of my, like, complaints and concerns about this are just like, well, that could be smoothed. I would smooth that personally. This central area, with its interesting design, is definitely, like, I love the use of water. I love the kind of upper layer. I love the kind of way everything is built off of this central tavern. I think it's really cool, and I'm glad I was able to get this fortress to load because it was crashing initially. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos like it, check out my long playlist of them. And if you would like to send in a fortress yourself, once again, link is down in the description to the Discord server. Simply jumping there and submit a fortress. And if you would like to support me or these videos directly, you can either pick up a piece of merchandise. I just chucked a bunch of new stickers up there the morning this video goes up. Or go check out the Patreon, or come watch me on Twitch, where I stream Dwarf Fortress on twitch.tv/BLINDIRL. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.